Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Salt Lake City Pioneers and the Tennessee Titans. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Set. Watch it, 5. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Hey, check. Buzz. Check 24. Faster. Ready, go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
64, weak. Check tight. Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Run.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All day, defense, all day, all day. Check. Check, hot route, hot. Hatch it.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Begin.
Operating from the gun, Sawyer. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Ready. 70 ending. Mike, 45. Bring it. Sponge. No.
They'll run on first down. Whittington, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tight end left, tight end left. 3 down.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Back him up.
And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. The whole month of December is still up to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, let's go. 66. Cut.
He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And off the deflection, it's caught. And he'll get it down here to the 43. So the completion results there in 9 yards.
Sometimes luck is all you need. That was not even the intended receiver on that play.
Well, Johnny on the spot, though.
Yeah, and it turned into a big play for those guys on offense. They'll take it each and every time.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
80 weapon.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Here
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. That's good for 28 yards.
Here we go. Come on, set. 50, plant. Strip the ball. H3, 218. Chopper. Set, go.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
Keep playing hard.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It'll buy some time right. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Sawyer. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
As well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
On now is the Titans punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Pulled in at the 24. 21 yards. Well done on the... And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far, up 14-0. Points here, it can really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready, set. Mike 51. Mike 51. Check, 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 check.
2nd and 13. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 20-yard line.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Flush, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Greystone travel. Greystone travel.
2nd and long. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Let's go now.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Hey, man.
He'll look to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Come on, set. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Let's go, D.
They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Smooth. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike.
They're going to try and throw. He's going to sling this deep down, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And he finds Howard complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Ready.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is. Right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Get it.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Let's go.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Let's get it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Keep moving. Here we go.
Ready?
Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Buzz. Now.
They'll try and throw for it here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, there's stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 50-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
60 outlaw. Mark 55. Mark 50. General. West. 55. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Come on.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
66. Throw it high.
SOS.
They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over them. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Ready.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown.
From 10 yards out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Ready? 45, Mike, 45. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Shoot.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Ready. 50, plant.
Watch the ball. Hey, we got tight right. We got 4.
Go.
Back to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give him credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Hey,
80 weapon.
watch 24.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I'm going to come back to you.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Go!
Here's 2nd and 8. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Back to throw here. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long.
Come on,
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, high 7.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. He'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a gain of 3. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. The Titans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12. Over the middle, it's complete. And he had to get this down to the 15. He won't make it. He's a yard or 2 short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
50's to Mike. 50's to Mike.
Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Mike 50, Mike.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man. It's Brown. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run, and he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown.
Here comes the boom.
It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Now the try here for the point after. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Get ready.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off around the 41. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Let's go.
2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
Tackle, let's go. We got this. We got this. 49. Let's go.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Get it. 2nd and 6. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. From 17 yards out. As his guys are back within a single score. So very late in the game here, but with that score, some light at the end of the tunnel.
There's still hope. Now they look at the score and say, hold on a second. This thing's not over yet. Let's keep battling.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. That one looks like he'll throw here. He completes it to Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Check 3, check recon, 132 fighter.
Mike, 55, right there in the middle, 55. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming.
Now a carry for Dillon. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
All I remember from my experience as a defender, when the big fella gets the football, you've got to get on him early before he gets a chance to get up ahead of steam, because once he does that, he's going to leave a lot of tacklers in his wake.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Well, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for our visitors, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Titans, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.